Don in London, hello, and it's April 10th, 2009. My video is all about recovery from either addiction to substance or behaviour, or addiction to both substance and behaviour. My substance, alcohol; my behaviour, trying to be perfect, never so, always feeling less than, maybe trying to put on a brave face, utilising my ego, and behind that a lot of fear of not being good enough. And today I'm learning it's okay to be just about good enough on a daily basis, and that we all have a contribution to make to ourselves and to society. And I am better able without a drink inside me. So in recovery from alcoholism, in recovery from any other extreme behaviour, always at the extremes, probably trying to do my best, and never knowing that it's okay just to strive enough to make life work. So these days I'm not haunted, if you like, by old ideas, old ways, trying to prove myself to other people. All I need to do is find, I suppose, a balance in life. And really what has helped me most is the fellowship of Alcoholics Anonymous, to find this balance in living with spiritual, emotional and physical well-being. Those are really the three areas where I can actually make some progress: emotional, spiritual, physical, and do the best I can with what I have. And that doesn't mean striving to extremes these days. It's about enough and being happy and having made a good contribution, not only for me but for society, I guess, or family, just being part of again, to be included, to love, to be loved, and have something useful to do. So part of my usefulness really is me sharing my message of experience, strength and hope. And as I say, the fellowship of AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, has helped me immensely. And I go to meetings and I utilise the 12-step program and understand the 12 traditions of the fellowship as I understand them. So all good for me this morning. How am I feeling? Okay. Got enough sleep? Why? Because I was not troubled, if you like, by the what-ifs of life, or worried about maybe I've missed something. There is always another day to pick up where we left off, as long as it's not a drink or a drug or a piece of behaviour at the extremes. And when I go to meetings of AA, by the way, I do not speak for AA. There are no leaders, just trusted servants, and I'm not even one of those, except for making tea and greeting on the doors. I enjoy that immensely, and if I needed to sweep up, I'd do that too. So what do we say at AA meetings? We have a preamble which sort of gives the game away in essence in 2 paragraphs. Alcoholics Anonymous is a fellowship of men and women who share their experience, strength and hope with each other, that they may solve their common problem and help others to recover from alcoholism. The only requirement for membership is a desire to stop drinking. There are no dues or fees for AA membership. We are self-supporting through our own contributions. AA is not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, organisation or institution, does not wish to engage in any controversy, and it certainly isn't part of my... There is no view from AA on my videos, nor should there be, and I have no view on what other AAs may feel or think about my videos. Well, I do a bit, but yes, I can be hurt. Or get to false pride and all those things. Go back to where I am. Does not wish to engage in any controversy, neither endorses nor opposes any causes. Our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety. And you know, that final sentence, our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety, covers a multitude of activities based on the 12 steps of the AA program and the 12 traditions. And there will always be room for discussion and change and understanding and moving with the times, hopefully, or we actually start to ossify, fossilise and make no progress. So part of me doing these videos is saying there is a way forward if we are stuck in the allergy or the olicism or the ism of any particular addiction, and we find our path by acknowledging it, accepting it, and trying to do something about it on a daily basis. And the reason why it's so important to do it in the day is really we only have this one day to experience and to make as good as we can and be a part of, and not control it maybe, all those things. And in the AA 12-step program, it's all about step 4 and some of the literature, like this book here, Daily Reflections, which I'll read from in a moment. And in the 12 by 12 Steps, 12 Tradition book, there are summaries about step 4. And I'll read a bit out of that one first, I think. And then there is As Bill Sees It as well. And it's Good Friday today. Very important for everyone, I guess, because we're all impacted by it, whether we're believers or not. You know, it does have an impact on our lives, and I respect other people's views. Anyway, coming to 12 and 12, step 4, what's it all about? Made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. And the first paragraph, creation gave us instincts for a purpose. Without them we wouldn't be complete human beings. If men and women didn't exert themselves to be secure in their persons, made no effort to harvest food or construct shelter, there would be no survival. If they didn't reproduce, the earth wouldn't be populated. If there were no social instincts, if men cared nothing for the society of one another, there would be no society. So these desires for sex relations, for material and emotional security, and for companionship are perfectly necessary and right, and surely God-given, or by nature and providence. Yet these instincts, so necessary for our existence, often far exceed their proper functions. Powerfully, blindly, many times subtly, they drive us, dominate us, and insist upon ruling our lives. Our desires for sex, for material and emotional security, and for an important place in society often tyrannize us. When thus out of joint, man's natural desires cause him great trouble, practically all the trouble there is. No human being, however good, is exempt from these troubles. Nearly every serious emotional problem can be seen as a case of misdirected instinct. When that happens, our great natural assets, the instincts, have turned into physical and mental liabilities. So that is the start of step 4 in the 12 by 12, 12 steps and 12 traditions. And for me, sorry about this, I had to lean over to get my coffee. For me, it's emphasising there is always balance in what we're doing, spiritually, emotionally, physically, trying to make life work as we can, or rather live life, not make it. Live life as it is and experience and learn from it. And in my growing up, there was a lot of fear, financial insecurity, and always striving to do as best we could. And in my family, all the children, me included, had to go out to work early, or cut short our education and then go back and get it later, simply because there was no money and no way of making life work as a family without us doing that. No blame, no shame on that. It's just the way life is. Sometimes life is tough. This may come out a bit disjointed. I was going to read from As Bill Sees It, but I actually think Daily Reflections, this one, might be more apposite or appropriate, following on from that 2 paragraphs from the 12 by 12, all about natural balance, if you like. And in this, for April 10th, it says, growing up. The essence of all growth is a willingness to change for the better, and then an unremitting willingness to shoulder whatever responsibility this entails. Sometimes when I've become willing to do what I should have been doing all along, I want praise and recognition. I don't realise that the more I'm willing to act differently, the more exciting my life is. The more I am willing to help others, the more rewards I receive. That's what practicing the principles means to me. Fun and benefits for me are in willingness to do the actions, not to get immediate results, but being a little kinder, a little slower to anger, a little more loving, which makes life better day by day. And I stuttered over that a little bit. But in essence, really what it's saying in that reading, and also the start of the 12 by 12 step 4, is that we're looking to improve our balance, the way we look at the world and the way we are in it, and our behaviour and our actions and our attitude. So if we work at that, we get a bit of serenity. It doesn't mean it's going to be happy all the time. Serenity is happy or sad as life is. So when we say, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference, I'm somewhere near to where life can be, just one day at a time.